To give you an idea of what the video footage is like from this, here are some clips of me using this throughout different days and times of the day, so you can kind of get a general idea of what to expect. Now, it does have a front camera that can go up to 4K, and then it has a rear camera that's 1080p. It has GPS built into it, nice screen on the back, easy navigation. It even comes with an app where you can set everything up using the app if you want to do that. And I must say, I have probably at this point tested 30 to 40 different dash cams. This dash cam has probably more options to do things than I've seen with just about any other dash cam. I'm actually really impressed with the settings that you can set for this. And then as far as the video quality goes, I'll just kind of let you decide for yourself how you think this looks. This was sent to me so I could make this video. It is a sponsored video. For that reason, I'll try to keep my opinion at bay a little bit, but let me go ahead and show you all of the features and everything that comes with this. This is everything you get, and there are a few things that I want to point out that ROVE does better than other dash cams that I have seen. The first thing to point out is they give you the option to mount either with a suction cup or to use the adhesive directly. If you decide you do want to use the adhesive, because this will stick better, you've got these electrostatic films. So this will go on your windshield, and then you put the adhesive on this so that when you need to take this off, this sticky nanotape doesn't come off the windshield, but this electrostatic film will. ROVE also provides more things for installing than I've seen with a lot of other dash cams, so that's kind of a bonus. They also include a 128 gigabyte TF card that you just install here. And probably the thing that I appreciate the most is the power. It doesn't come with something that you can't use for something else. This is the power that you put in your cigarette lighter. And then it's USB-A to USB-C, nice. And then for the rear camera, USB-C to USB-C. So if you ever lose a cable, you could actually replace it. Cool beans. They even provide this smaller cable, presumably, so you can set it up not in the car, but at a desk, like I will show you in just a second. And the last thing I'll point out is I usually don't mention manuals because I don't read manuals, but if you're someone who likes to read the manual, this is the beefiest manual I have ever seen in my life for a dash cam. This has everything you could possibly want to know. Kind of nuts how thick this manual is. And I absolutely do recommend that you set up the dash cam before you install it in the car. That way you can verify that everything's working. It's just a lot easier to set up when you're not in a hot car. All right, so it recognizes the card. We'll go ahead and format. This will set up the time for us when it connects to GPS. So I'll just continue with that. And here is all the information you see on the default screen. So it lets you know the resolution for the front and rear camera, tells you whether or not Wi-Fi is on, all of the different settings. I don't want to go over everything in the menu, but I will show you some of the more important things. And I do want to talk about video resolution because that might be something you might want to change. 4K, you're not going to be able to store as many files as you will if you do 1080p. So for example, if you go on a long road trip and you want to save the information, you may want to switch to 1080p. I'm just going to save it as 2.5K. And then most of these other settings, I'm just going to keep as the defaults. I've never seen a dash cam with video compression options before. So you can do the H.264 or 265. Pretty interesting that it actually gives you that option, and the bit rate. So lots of options here that I'm seeing that you just don't see in a lot of other dash cams. Let me just make sure that this is in miles per hour, and that is the default, so I don't need to change that. You can rotate the video if you need to. And then the reason you would want to turn on Wi-Fi is if you want to connect to your phone. So let's go ahead and turn that on and open the ROVE app, and it will have you create an account. Once you log in, I was going to press the button to find it, but it looks like it automatically did that. So it recognizes the camera. We will set up now, and yay, we are connected. Looks like we get a live view of everything going on. Hey, how's it going? This gives us a lot of information actually. So it tells us the resolution. We can record a video or we can take a photo. One of the reasons I like the app, if you don't want to navigate on the dash cam, just do it on here. So much easier. And firmware update available. I'm actually really impressed by that. I don't know if I've ever seen that on a dash cam before. Here we can view the videos that have been saved to the SD card. We can download it to our phone if we want. We can buy accessories if we need to, such as the hardware kit. I'll talk about this in a second. And then for me, the main reason I would want to get here is you can go to settings, you can change the resolution, loop recording, basically everything that you can do on the dash cam through the menu, you can do it much easier and faster here. Real quick, I want to show you the hardware kit that you can get. I won't show how to install it because it's going to be different for every vehicle, but I just kind of want to show you what you get with the kit. And the reason you would get this is if you want constant power going to the dash cam. This allows you to use parking mode. So say you go to work and you park outside and you want the camera on all the time, you want to do time lapse. That's why you get the hardware kit. And this comes with basically every cord and configuration that you would need for your car or vehicle. I've actually seen a lot of hardware kits. This is very impressive what it comes with. Because this comes with two options for mounting, it's honestly really easy to install. You can just use the suction cup if you want to, or you can mount it directly on the electrostatic film. And I'll go ahead and share some more footage from this dash camera so you can look at it while I just kind of share a little bit of my thoughts. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I have reviewed several dash cams, and I think what really sets this apart is not only that it has tons of options, probably more options than most dash cameras. The hardware and instructions that come with this just make it super simple to set up. It makes it perfect for any vehicle configuration. I like that the cables are USB-C and they don't use their own funky cables that you can't replace. I like that it comes with two options for mounting. I like that it comes with cleaning wipes and that it comes with tools for installing. And I've got to say the app for this is probably also the most impressive app that I've seen with just about any dash cam. There is definitely a reason that this is one of the most popular dash cameras out there. It is legit impressive what features this comes with. And then really it's just up to you if you think the video quality is good enough for what you are looking for. But I've got to say, this is a really impressive dash cam.